Welcome to a very special episode of Life Stories and Life Lessons. This episode is a little bit different considering that most episodes with me, I'm generally speaking with someone from my LinkedIn connection network um, or I'm interviewing someone that I personally know. In this particular episode, there will be no video. This is the episode, but I'll be talking and I'll keep it quick. I want to do a formal introduction to myself as well as say hello, welcome, and let's connect to the special 203 people that will be receiving this in their personal contact, either via text message or email. So I just want to say, hey guys, I've really been trying to figure out the best way to call all of you and to be very particular so that you know this is you that I'm talking to. At some point, we connected, and I said, hold on, can you scan my QR code? And I pulled out my digital business card. You scan my phone. I collected your name, your number, and your email. Yeah, your name, number, and email in exchange for my information. And so, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for the connection. God be the glory. I truly appreciate it. It meant more to me than you could ever know. So, without any further ado, I want to tell you a little bit more about myself. My name is Coach K. I go by Coach K. My name is Kimberly. And after 15 years of foreign business development, I've decided to put the focus on people development for a while since no society can be bigger than its people. I grow people and businesses internationally through coaching and engaging experiences. I specialize in studying businesses from the outside in to help solve problems that lay beneath the surface. While I went to school for international business management to work with small and medium sized companies, my niche is in working with foreign business owners. We generally connect because they generally understand my attitude as it pertains to outside the box and global expansion. With this being said, I look forward to also working with Americans who are American individuals and business owners that crave something new and different. I consider myself a new wave leader, and that's leadership that mixes old with the new. I believe in balance and structure as well as self care and productivity and work life balance, and seeing and hearing people and actually um, being proactive about fixing problems and not just trying to cover up things. And so the way I do this is I listen, I create, and then I educate. In most situations, you want to educate first, but I've learned most people don't actually want what they need or what they say they want, or maybe they just don't know how to go about getting it. And so, through stimulating experiences and activities, I create to dos for people that reflect self love. Over time, I've studied patterns, behaviors, as well as activities that may result in underperforming results, and when I replace those activities with that lead to desired solutions. So, the goal is to increase daily productivity, increase self worth, increase life fulfillment, improve communication skills, increase the ability to bond and have deeper connections with people because before, during, and after the pandemic, we were all affected from a social standpoint. And I want to just provide simple steps to solutions towards your future higher self. So I will also have um, virtual conversations that are private for members in the community, and some will be some well they all will be private, some will be recorded and some will not, but I want to create safe spaces for people to get to know themselves. And it sounds like allowing others to get to know you, but what I've come to find out is the more I allow people to get to know me, the more I either get to know myself or remember myself, because I personally feel like most of grow or most adults grow up and they think, oh, I can't do that because I was a kid and, I'm grown and I don't have time for that and I can't and I won't and blah, 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 blah. So set in my ways. And the truth of the matter is, when you look death right in the face, or you find yourself in a situation where you're walking through hell, you realize that life is exactly what you make it. And if you don't know how to do something, Or if you need help with doing something, it's actually okay to ask for help. So, to take a page out of my own book, I am actually gonna do a talk like this, a couple talks like this, maybe once a week at bare minimum. I am going to be doing a 21 interview podcast series of my closest, um, I want to say closest connections, but that's not true. Some are friends, some are business associates, but just people that really I feel could help me rebuild my company and my network and my community and actually be of a great source to the members in my community, more importantly, because these are people that have had some sort of impact on my life already. And so I want to introduce the members of the community to the people that I know, and I want them to get to know you. But I also want to use the community as a little bit of a focus group because I love being a solutions based coach, number one. But I kind of need some problems to solve. I'm considering doing something where people can bring like their three biggest problems that they have in their personal life and or business, and three wishes or three goals that they want to hit. And I want to just kind of like dig into that and find out what are people into, where are people's minds, what are we doing right now. I know there are so many people in survival mode, and there is hard times now and ahead for a lot of people that are in America and abroad. And so I really believe that this is the time to build community because although there are fees attached to everything. Money is not the be all end all, and and I feel weird saying that only because I know that I target luxury international companies, and I'm not gonna say request, and I'm not gonna say demand, but I will be paid properly, and it won't be about the money then, but it won't be a little bit of money, and I won't be doing it for free because that's just that nature of that industry. I require to be treated fair. I have given more than I could imagine, and I don't regret a drop of it. But I realized that I actually um, desire more of I believe my pastor called it a symbiotic community, which means that people give and take. I don't want to just be surrounded by takers, and I'm not looking to be just surrounded by givers. Me myself being a giver, I realize that I too need help. I too need support, and it's not very easy to ask. And I've been fortunate in a way that God has blessed me through so many situations that um, one way or another, my needs get met by the grace of God. And I'm not afraid to say that because I've seen, one day we'll talk a little bit more about it. But I just know that this life is not to be built along, and being in the right community can change the trajectory of so many things as well as open up so many doors of opportunity. And that's basically what I'm looking to do. I have been trying to come up with the perfect email, come up with the perfect pitch, come up with the perfect text, come up with the perfect event. And here we are 8 months later, and I'm just now saying this. And so I hope you guys are here and open to more of it. I hope you guys are open to meeting in person. I've had a lot of anxiety around this. I don't have a problem saying that. I have I have had my mental struggles around this because this has been an extremely different and difficult process. I know that I need to take some time to myself to heal, which is why I have the donations on the right and the membership on the left. Um, this way, the membership, if you purchase a one time membership for $25, it would automatically generate a link into the community, and I don't have to do as much work. Now, as far as the donation side, I do plan to take the top 10 donations from the end of the month and add them into the community. Or actually, I take that back. You're on top 10, you're already in. But I want to actually have a special event for the top 10 donors because that's super special to me. I'm going to do something for the members of the communities, but for the donors in particular that are local, or even if you're not local, I want to set up a virtual event and just really um, say thank you, to say the least. My thank yous look different, they feel different, they're usually experienced. Right now, I'm actually staying with a very, very special friend and doing a super difficult process. I didn't, not to laugh, but I didn't realize I was grieving. Grief is a funny thing, but it ain't. But it is, because I did not realize you can grieve people that have you or need to grieve someone that's still alive. And it's like I've lost so many people over the last 2 to 3 years that I didn't realize that I was in a state of grief and just needing to be around good, positive company, as well as people that are willing to allow me to pour into them and people that are pouring into me. And so uh, I was on my way. I felt like I was on my way out about a week ago. If I can get into a small story and life lesson with you guys to give you just a little bit of glimpse of how I work in my storytelling, because at times my mind really is all over the place. Um, and I say a lot. My friend is on me about my word choices, and right now it's just because of the men. It's primarily, I'm gonna say just because, but it's primarily the mental space that I'm in because there's so much I can't do or say at the moment. I'm also considering doing interviews with people that have met me that would like to talk on my behalf since I am quite censored at the moment. And it's not, I don't need anybody to come and like tell anybody off. I just want the world to actually know who I am because there's never been a time that I didn't have good intention towards another individual. I've never I've never not wanted people around me to succeed. For years I've actually prayed to be an asset in every room that I walked in, and by the grace of God, I feel like he's been able to allow me to live that part of my dream, and so I'm so grateful. But I'm just looking to walk through bigger doors and impact more people and have more opportunities to just be, for lack of better words. And there's more to that, but I am good company. I am a full experience. I have had the opportunity to work with people in Nigeria, Ireland, London, and those were all life changing events that I never saw coming. Number one, and number two, it's just like I'm trying to get out of my way again of understanding how much of an impact I can be. I have so many different stories inside of me. Um, and I wanted to share it. I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to get on here and tell all my business, but I just know the way that would backfire. That's why I like live events. But like a little bit of what's going on with me. I'm currently going through a divorce. I was in the middle of a 3 year contract, and I encountered. I feel like a director with a power trip. That's why I like working with organizations from the outside in because generally people rarely know who I am or what I do, and and you shouldn't have to know. To be honest, is my theory to treat a person right. Um, oh boy, I'm looking at the pictures of when I was at the ALO conference, African Women in Leadership in Abuja, Nigeria. I actually went to Nigeria for the first time in 2018 to support someone that was very dear to me, or that is very dear to me. I'm saying was as if past tense. You guys are going to get to know who this is because she's already agreed to do the interview with me. So we're just setting up the time, but she's a politician in another country, but she's also one that has become like a sister from another mother. She's opened up so many doors. Every time we're in a room together, she's going to extend her stage to me, and I can't be grateful enough just off her seeing me because there's something special about having this inner knowing or this inner desire to be seen, and that and the fear just kind of like takes over, so to speak. And there's something about her where she just like from day one, she just sees me. And so I'm looking forward to you guys getting to know her. But the reason I brought that particular conference up is because when I first went to Nigeria, I was really going to um, support her as well as to check out a client's business that I have been helping here in America. I wanted to go and see the business on ground where it started from to see the best way for them to replicate their structure because of the systems here are quite a bit different for what they do. I thought that it would be best for me to like make sure it's a legitimate business and check out the certifications and get a little bit of the understanding of their government, how it worked, how the structure worked, the why behind it, the people involved, everything. I like to take it in because once I see what I'm working with, then it allows me to know exactly what I want or need to do. And so that plays a major role with how I interact with the business or an individual. Um, Oh, oh my God, this is sorry, guys. So that conference. When I first got there, I went the night before. I think it was like a gala, but I was actually on my way out to for the Nigerians that are listening and know Abuja. I was on my way to go hang out with my friends at the Transcorp, like to go have a couple drinks. To be honest, I want to go to the Transcorp Hilton to hang out, and my sister, who you guys will meet, she's like, "What do you mean you're going to go hang out? I'm here. We are in Nigeria. I'm older than you. That means you have to do what I say, and I want you here." So I show up, and I wasn't like super inappropriate, but I had on like long trousers with a tank top, and I do have tattoos. And I remember how some of the older people treated me. It was like walking into like an old school Baptist church in the South with your arms out and your tattoos on, like 50 years ago. I got snubbed, okay? These people snubbed the shit out of me. Literally, the older ones. Even the guy that was over the whole thing because he didn't know who I was. And so I just like, I looked, I didn't really take it personal. I don't know these people. And after this event, I'm probably not going to see most of them again anyway. So, okay, that's fine. I met these young ladies while I was sitting at the table from a town called Kaduna. There were like two or three different young ladies that made shoes. And they sat and they're talking to me and they're asking me, like, do I know Will Smith and all these people? I'm like, baby, I'm from St. Louis. I don't even know Nelly. So I don't know a single celebrity. Yeah, no. Anyway, so this little girl named Blessing, she like looked at me in my face and she said with so much conviction that just gave me this something in me. She's like, my generation will know your name. You you are a blessing. You are this. You are, I mean, she just spoke life into me. And I can honestly say that was the first time that I realized just how deep the power of words could go and the motion that can cause from just speaking life. And I kind of made it my mission to speak life into people around me and to try to stop people from speaking negative curses or whatever upon themselves because here in America you hear it a lot where it's like, oh, I can't do this and that ain't for me. And it's, for lack of better words, a lot of Americans are stuck in Stockholm syndrome. And unfortunately, it's not just the black people anymore, but there are so many black people that don't understand the mind and how they have been free yet shackled themselves to the point where if you don't wake up, you may be in shackles again. So take that however you can. But just know that my goal and my mission is to set you free. Um, I want to speak life all around me. I'm at the point where I didn't think I would be alive. Right now, right here today. I turned 40 this year. I have no problem saying my age, especially since most people think I look like 28. So, um, I don't have a problem saying that growing up, I never even saw myself making it to 40. And even a year ago, I was given a diagnosis that just had my mind wondering, like, what the hell, And so for the most part, I'm okay now, but I look at life different. I see life, I see death, I embrace both. I believe that both are needed. I believe that as happy and as positive as I am, I have to also embrace some of the feelings of how I really feel, because I didn't think that my divorce would impact me. We were not married very long, but at the same time, I married a friend of 23 years that ultimately, I'm not gonna say he set me up. That's not cool, but he was definitely on bullshit for 23 years, and it was a bit of a setup. It was probably one of the deepest betrayals I have ever encountered. But right before him, I lost someone that's still alive of 20 years. And so, I get it. I thank God for it all, to be honest, because I don't actually want to be connected to those that don't want to be connected with me. I mean, that's kind of what got us here now, what sparked this purge of contacts and just living with extreme intentionality. Because with intentionality comes hard work and fun. Like, I believe in both, but not with everyone. I'm not for everybody, and I'm finally at the point where I'm okay with that. I spent a great deal of my life trying to fit in socially, and I've always been different, and I've always been, perky, or sometimes I was a little bit grim back in the day. But it wasn't like in a way that hurt or affected. I don't know how it affected. If it affected you, if you like, feel free to DM me and let me know. But for the most part, I didn't go around like bothering people. If I wasn't happy, I pretty much just stayed to myself. And for me, coming from the life of a teenage mom all the way to a solo traveler, and my kids being grown, and so many different things. Um, I value things, life, and people different. So I do want to wrap this up. This is not going to be a 1 hour show. I actually just want to make sure that I formally introduce myself. I want to say that I hope to get people to support this membership, and with every membership that's purchased, it's going to equate to a child's membership for free. I do have classes that are dropping that are visual mapping classes, as well as legacy planning. And then I'm actually doing some additional work as I take a 30-day hiatus to um, dive a little bit deeper into estate and legacy planning, because I do believe that when you know what your big picture is for the long run and the long game, and you plan out far enough, life can be exactly what you make it. I believe in heaven on earth. I believe in getting the life you deserve, if you work for it. And I believe in doing this by way of building community. I want to see you guys. I want to meet you guys. I want to make money with you guys. I want to invest with you guys. Like, I want that type of community. I paid for this mastermind about a year or two ago, and the guy's like, I'm here because I want financial friends that we go hang out on yachts and buy apartment buildings together. And I'm like, hell yeah, those are the kind of friends I want, because that's truly the type of things I like to do. I love talking about investments and financial engineering and building community. And I'm like learning about farming and just things that actually make life worth living and the keys of life to survive. I think that's like a real thing. Like, people don't want to talk about it, but the way that this economy is heading and the way that where we are right now, let's talk about it. Like, I want to talk about AI. I want to talk about what's holding you back from growing with yourself and what's holding you back from growing in business. Because I know for me, I got about 97,000 emails just in one email, just from just like trying to get back on track from being here and dealing with this bit of a social experiment in Houston. Like, this has been a lot. There are so many things that did not go as planned that I look forward to talking to you guys about. There were so many things that went better than expected. So it's not all about the downs. It's about getting it all out on the table. I need to take time right now, though, just for myself. I really need to heal. I need to see who I can work with and how I can work with them, because I have luggages full of resources. And it's way too much for me to put out because anytime someone asks me what I do or how I can help, they're like, wow, you do a lot. And it's like, all I could think about is, wow, you don't. As a mom, we wear so many hats naturally that to just be able to come out of that 26-year mommy mode is a lot. It's like easier said than done because I love being a mom. I love nurturing people and knowing that like what I do or what I cook just like brings joy or smile to people. And so I'm excited. I was afraid. I had anxiety. I didn't know how to say all this. I hope that this lands on the right people, and that you guys get it and understand where I'm actually coming from. I think I will have my first event this week. This is 8/6, so August 6th. So let's say today is Wednesday. Hmm. Maybe Friday or Saturday. I'll see about having a live coffee chat. And before that, I'm going to drop a few virtual events into the community when you get the membership. And so for those that want to engage in virtual conversation, like let's do it. Let's like kick this off this week and just jump right in and kumbaya, get to know each other. And if this is too much and you're still unsure and you want to follow along, at some point I'm going to publicly start documenting the journey. I just want you to know the prices will not be the same. This $25 one time deal, my web designer was totally against it. But honestly, between this and the donation, I just want to like, I want to know who I'm working with. Like, I do need to generate funds considering my contract is with the school system that I was kind of banking on is on hold due to that director. But um, so I'm not going to pretend like this is not something I need. I am not in a great space right now, to say the least. And so, whatever's on your heart, I am willing to receive. That's not something I've said. Like, I don't know why that makes me feel weird, but it does. And I'm okay with it. And I'm going to learn to be more okay with it. I'm looking forward to people purchasing memberships and donating. So it's like less work for me to do. But if not, I'm cool with that too. So, because I'm starting to ramble and we're almost at 30 minutes, I just want to say thank you for listening. If this is any of my 203 contacts that scan my digital code, I want to say thank you for rocking with me this far. I know you don't know who I am. There's plenty of info if you want more information about me as a person or want to connect with me um, via LinkedIn or Instagram. I'm on like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. I don't really go on Facebook, but I would say LinkedIn if it's about business, and if it's personal, I'm going to say Instagram or TikTok. I am Coach K Consults on all platforms, and I look forward to being Coach K with you. If you were here, I would shake your hand. But anyway, so thanks, and I'm out.